Hello, welcome everybody. In this video, I am going to talk about how we can apply Buddhism in education, the implication of Buddhism into education. In this video, I am going to talk about the different concept and about the different philosophy, especially Buddhism, especially Buddhist philosophy, how Buddhist philosophy can be applied into education. There are various topics to be discussed under this philosophy, Buddhism. Uh, there are the four noble truth, Ashtamargika. Many things are there. How this truth and margo can be applied in education. This video will be helpful for those who are eager to learn about Buddhism, how Buddhism can be applied into education, and the implication of Buddhism into education. In this video, I am going to talk about this, and watch the video till the end. You will get ample information about the implication of Buddhism, about different branches of Buddhism into education. Now let's start the video. Especially here, the four noble truths. According to the Buddhism, Lord Buddha founded new salvation in life. At the beginning, he saw in the world lots of miseries there, lots of trouble in the there, lots of suffering in the world. When he stayed in a penance, in a meditation, he found a new salvation in life. That is the four noble truth. Here, the four noble truth. In the world, there is dukkha, the truth of suffering there. And next, samudaya, the truth of origin of suffering there. Nirodha, the truth in of the suffering there. And magga, the truth of the path to the end of suffering. So these are all the four noble truths. Now, how this four noble truth can be applied in education? Let's discuss ahead. Now, there is another concept, eightfold path there. According to this Buddhism, there are eightfold path that always makes the person in good path there. For example, right view. Every person should view rightly. Right intention. Every person should have right intention. Right speech. Should speak right appropriately. Right action. Do right things. Right livelihood. Right effort. Right concentration. Right mindfulness. These are the eightfold paths. Buddhism tell us that if we follow these four noble truth, eightfold path, that always makes us blissful life. It leads us salvation in our life. According to this philosophy, now let's discuss how these eightfold path, how these four noble truth can be applied in education. Here, educational implications of the four Arya Satya, that is four truth. Yes, we know that the world is full of miseries is the first truth he has viewed by Lord Buddha. He has regarded the various miseries of the world as a nature of man. If one realizes this truth from very beginning, he will do nothing which may cause any trouble to him. Then he will so conduct his life as to ensure his physical, mental, moral, and spiritual development. Thus, he will become a good citizen if the parents and teachers are motivated by this truth of Lord Buddha. Children will be developed in a desirable manner and our education system will be transformed. The first one. And in the same way, in the second Arya Satya truth, Lord Buddha says that one's ignorance is the cause of misery. Due to the ignorance, one gets involved into various intricacies of the world. In the third truth, he says that if the drives generated due to ignorance are destroyed, then a person will rise above all attachment. That is called rag, rivalry, lust, and anger. In fact, to obtain this victory is to achieve salvation in life. Means we get blissful life, we get full of mirthful in our life. Through the fourth truth, Lord Buddha has indicated the path towards destruction of worldly miseries. In this indication, he has spoken of 8 devices, that is Ashtangik Marg, 8 devices, that is Ashtangik Marg, which may help one in getting himself free from worldly miseries. Lord Buddha has prescribed a middle course to be followed. He has opposed to torture the body through hard penance, hard meditation. The middle course consists of 8 devices. By following these 8 devices, means 8 Ashtangik Marg, the ultimate aim of education may be achieved. To obtain salvation, nirvana is the ultimate end of life. Salvation is the freedom from the cycle of birth and death. In fact, this may also be accepted as the ultimate purpose of education. So we can apply according to this in education. And next one is the educational implication of Ashtangik Marga. How we can apply this Ashtangik Marga in our education in the present day world. The first step of Ashtangik Marga is Samyak Drishti. Samyak Drishti means the appropriate insight. This insight will help one to be away from worldly complexities, difficulties. For being away, Samyak Sankalpa or appropriate willpower is the necessary. This willpower will help one to proceed towards the path of salvation for the blissful life. After having thus proceeded, Samyak work or appropriate speech is necessary. This may be possible through control over oneself. This control will assist one towards proper behavior with others. That is the idea. And next, after achieving this control, one should exercise due to restriction over his physical and mental aspirations. This type of restriction has been termed as Samyak Karman, which means to shun all types of violence through thought, word, and deed. Mansa, Bacha, and Karmana. After Samyak Karman comes Samyak Ajiv. Samyak Ajiv, which means to earn his bare living through justice. Samyak Ajiv is to followed by Samyak Bhayam. Samyak Bhayam, which purports that one should entertain only auspicious thoughts in his mind and should shun evil ones, should remove away the evil ones from our mind. If we remove our evil and negative thoughts from our mind, then our mind will be full of bliss and mirthful. That is the salvation we get in our life. And next, the 7 device, yes, enjoyed by Lord Buddha is Samyak Drishti. Samyak Drishti, which means that one should always remember the basic elements of acquired knowledge. The 8th manner device is Samyak Samadhi. Samyak Samadhi, which accounts to perfect concentration of attention after purifying one's inner self. So that is Antakaran Kisuddhi. Antakaran Kisuddhi, that is the first salvation. This concentration is very necessary. Needless to add that above Ashtangik Marga 8 devices is full of very powerful educational meaning. If we follow this Ashtangik Marga and if we apply this in education, then it is really helpful for teacher and for the student as well. It makes the students to learn in much better way, and it makes the student to be disciplined, to stay in discipline from their destructive behavior. Let's say that. And next concept is the